Hi everyone and welcome. Jenny Marples here from pushingtherightbuttons.blogspot.com. So I'm here today with an unboxing video, and this one's really exciting. It's come from Ranger, and as you can see from the label, it's the new Wendy Vecchi Make Art range. Can't wait to get started. Shall we dive on in? It's almost a shame to rip open this packaging, so just going in with the scissors just to cut through. Haven't they done a beautiful job with this packaging? So let's open up. Oh, here we go. These new blendable dye inks. I can't wait to try these out. Oh, now, these are really good. Let me just draw your attention to these first of all. If you haven't seen them yet, if you stencil either with your archival inks or also with your new blendable inks, these little tools are amazing because you can actually colour into the smallest pieces. So if I just open this up and I'll show you what I mean. There we go. Let's get in there. Oh, they do this packaging really well. Okay, so here we go. So these are double-sided. It's like your normal mini blending, round blending tool, but as you can see, look at the size of that. So much smaller. That means you're going to be able to get into, as it says, all those details. So when you're blending colours, you can add into the smaller parts your ink very, very carefully, which obviously is slightly more tricky when you've got the larger. I mean, look, this is the mini, and it feels huge now. So really excited to try those out. And we've also got here, this is Wendy's Perfect Cardstock. Beautiful white cardstock. Oh, and there's grey as well. These are panels and they already come in a package with 10 in them, 10 in each, and they're gorgeous. If you want to just create a very quick, in our size A5 in the UK, so whatever that is in the US, they come out 4.25 by 5.5 inches, and they are fabulous for taking colour really brightly. Work perfectly with Wendy's. Oh look, and I've got the cards as well. Sorry, I'm just looking as I'm going here. So these are matching cards. So what that means is you create your card on your panel and then you just attach it onto your cards, which are already created and folded and just ready to go. Oh, that's fantastic. And this grey, a beautiful soft grey, so not overpowering. You know when you want something slightly more vintage. Right, okay. On to the main event. Oh, look at these. Oh, I'm so happy. I really want to get and try these. In fact, let's have a go at it. So, these are the new blendable dye inks. So don't think of them as distress inks. They've been done apparently, from what I've seen of Wendy's video or Wendy's information, and check out her blog, Studio 490, and she's got lots of information about them there. I believe that these have been created especially for her, and they are the dye inks as opposed to archival inks. So they are going to be really easy to blend. So we've got, and they all coordinate with her existing archival inks as well. So these are the first 2, 4, 6. I've got some 8 here. So this is 8 colours. If you want to see more, obviously we have to buy these. We've got Bluebird, Cornflower, Fern Green, Sunflower, Red Geranium, Orange Blossom, Acorn, and Watering Can. Now, Watering Can, I have to say, is one of my all-time favourite greys. When it comes to stamping with archival, Watering Can is pretty much my go-to. Let's have a go. So let's dive in, because I want to see how these feel, because I know that these have been created in really user-friendly packaging. Again, this is something that's been done for Wendy's range. I'll not open them all. We'll just have a go with 3 of them and see how they work. So, very easy to do. Okay, so, oh, now they feel really good in the hand. You can see, I mean, my hands aren't huge. They're nice, they're palm size, I would say, and they have these groove shapes at the edge, which means at either side, which means it feels comfortable to grip. You feel like you've really got hold of them. And then pop the lids off, and there we go. We've got the traditional Ranger, the suspension of ink within the pad, and that's, as usual, heartily soaked with ink. That's going to go on for a nice long time. Really good size, that, actually, really nice feel. Okay, so let's have a play. Let's see what these look like. Let's move the box out the way. And I've already got some of the, this is the perfect cardstock again, so I've got one of the panels here, one of the white panels, and let's have a go with these inks. So I've got my mini blending tools. That's what I'm going to use for this, just because, as you can see, I've literally just taken these out of the boxes and I want to see how it works. So let's rub my pad, rub onto these. Let's put it down somewhere firm. Okay, so let's see how this works. So I'm working from my medium matte and blending the colour on. Just blending on in circular motions. Add a little more ink. Oh, that's a really, you can get a real graduated colour on this. Okay, so we've got some of that, and I tend to go berserk when I'm going in with colour, in the sense that I like my colours quite deep. So now let's go in with, this is the Orange Blossom. I love this orange because it's not completely in your face. It's not a really bright one. It's just a an antique type sort of more folk art style, which I find is the same with all of Wendy's colours. She's got slightly more, some of them are really bright, some of them are really muted, but they always remind me of, you know, those vintage red barns and folk art and that kind of thing. Oh, these are beautiful to blend. So just go in with a little more colour here, just build the colour up. I guess I tend to go for intense colour, but this is great if you just want a subtle background as well. Okay, so blending around. Now I want some colour in the middle of that, so let's go with this sunflower. Let's see how we go with this. Okay, coming in from the edge. Now this is going to react differently on different cardstocks, obviously. If you've got a very porous cardstock, I can imagine that the ink will be sucked in, which all inks are. They get sucked into your paper or card if it's highly porous. If you're looking at things like the mixed media heavy stock, for example, or this one, it's got a lovely shiny surface to smooth surface to it, which means that you've got a far smoother application to it. Your pad's actually gliding across. Okay, now just to build up, as I said, I tend to like really intense colour, so I'm just going to build up the ink on here. There we go, just to make it nice and stronger, and then I can go back in. So this is my orange. What I will do is keep the blending, the foams that I use, I'll keep them with the ink pads, so that then that colour is going to start to build up a fair amount on these. Love the way it's gliding. Do you know what, this is really going to help me with trying to keep my colours more subtle and soft. Let's add a little of that yellow into this. So there we go. Let's pull that over there. Oh, hang on a minute. Now then. Now look, I'm going over the top and I'm not pulling any of that colour, because once it's down, but they're blending over the top of each other. Oh, that's when the magic happens. Look there. And that, I guess, is why they are blendable. Of course, Jenny. You know when you get to state the obvious. So great for colour saturation, but I really like them here. I get a nice subtle colour at either end, but then it's where I overlap them that works really, really well. Oh, liking that. Right, okay. So let's just do a quick bit of stamping over the top, just to see how it looks when I stamp. Now these will coordinate with all of Wendy's inks. I'm going to go with a contrasting ink on this one, just so you get a feel for it. So move things up and out the way. This stamp that I'm using is one of Wendy's. It's called Old Quilt, and it's got really fantastic pattern to it. As you can see, it's about the size of the panel, so you know, it's like she thinks about these things and coordinates them, isn't it? Okay, I'm using Acorn archival ink, just pressing that all over, making sure I've got coverage. I'll be honest, when I'm using a detailed background stamp like this and I've got quite a big area, what I will tend to do is use my stamp platform, but just for ease of use today, let's just go with the flow. So pushing down, trying to push evenly. This is why I like using the stamp platform actually, because you can go in with multiple applications, so there's no panic that if you lift your stamp that if it's gone wrong, which of course it hasn't. Oh, right, okay. There we go. Look at that. That works superbly. Look, doesn't that make a world of difference? So you stamp over the top and you've got that graduated colour because they will blend so beautifully over the top. Oh, happy days. Right. I'm going to have to disappear now because I just have some inks to play with. So I hope you feel inspired. Please make sure, for my friends in the UK, make sure that you ask for these to come into your stores. And I would imagine places like Art from the Heart will have them in stock. For everybody in the US and beyond, of course they are already listed on the Funky Junkie Boutique website. I'll put the link to that below. Actually, all of Wendy's new stamps and these beautiful blendable inks, plus the re-inkers, and all of her new matte minis and stencils are actually now listed, so make sure you check those out. And yay for the blendables. Thank you very much, Wendy. I have to say, I'm happy. Okay, take care. I'll see you soon.